Chams, and I am the subject lead for RS in school. I just want to tell you a bit about what religious studies is and how important it is as a subject and what skills you can gain from that. So we passionately believe in religious studies that it is a subject that's integral to students' understandings of the workings of society, and we aim to equip students with the ability to think for themselves as they study different branches within that course. So it may be philosophical, it may be theological, or it may be looking at various social issues. We also encourage students to be open-minded to other points of view, identify and challenge misconceptions and prejudice, and to become critical thinkers, developing your own literacy in order to debate controversial issues without causing offence to others. So there are some myths and misconceptions about RE, and some of them are on the screen here. Some of them are about the fact that it's a boring subject, that students don't like it. It definitely is not boring or dull. Some of it may be about the fact that religious studies is just for religious people. Again, that is not true, and it is definitely not about just reading the Bible. So some of the benefits of studying religious studies is then that actually it's a subject that is really multidisciplinary. And in the course, we'll look at religion, but we'll also look at aspects of how that religion has affected society and the traditions within society. So aspects of sociology we'll look at. We'll be looking at philosophy and philosophical questions, as well as ethical issues. So what makes things right and wrong? It's a subject then that gives a foundation to people that may go on to study further subjects either for A-level or at degree level. So it may be things like law that you're interested, it may be philosophy, sociology, psychology, it may be English, history. Any of those things, religious studies provides really good foundation from which to build upon. And RS promotes then these personal development skills, which are really useful to take you beyond GCSE. And that is the ability to be able to express an opinion, to support your opinion with reasons, to listen to others, and to also look for kind of logical arguments. It's also a good subject to consider then if you're thinking about a career that involves working with other people, especially any career that involves kind of tackling differences of opinions. So I've got the prison service there, our nurse, and those are two of our biggest employers on the Isle of Wight. So if you're interested in things like public services and courses like that at college, then this might be a GCSE that could interest you. As I said, law, journalism, teaching, social work, any of those things would benefit from having a GCSE and studying religious studies. In terms of the GCSE, we do the AQA paper, and the paper consists of two sides. So the first paper is mainly kind of religious paper, and we'll look at Christian and Islamic beliefs, and then we'll look at how those beliefs have impacted on the way that people live their life. So that's what we mean by practices. The second paper is a philosophical themes paper, and in that we would do topics of relationship and family. So that would be things like LGBTQ, that would be about the role of women in society and in the family. We'll be looking at religion and life, so topics like abortion, euthanasia, animal rights and animal experimentation. We'll be looking at crime and punishment, so that's mainly to do with the death penalty, reasons why people may commit crimes, and peace and conflict. So that would be to do with war, to do with avoiding war, and when religions believe that war is justified. In terms of how it's assessed, it is written exams, and there are 2 times 1 hour 45-minute papers. So each paper has 4 sections, and each section would be out of a total of 24 marks, and they follow the same question format. So there's always going to be, first question is worth 1 mark, and that is a multiple choice question about a keyword and meaning. Second question is 2 marks, so you need to give or name 2 things. The third and fourth question are quite similar, so you need to explain 2 reasons. So that's where you'd be looking at kind of expanding your responses with P, so point, evidence, explain. And for the fourth question, supporting that with an example of a religious belief or sacred writing to back that up. Now, that might be something quite simple, like a 10 commandments, say, thou shalt not kill, or it might be a little bit more in depth in terms of a parable. And then the 12-mark question is the big question, and this tests our evaluation skills, which is the ability to analyse, to evaluate, to weigh up a response. And it will always be a statement, and it will ask you what your views are on that statement. So the idea is that you need to look at both sides of that, forming logical chains of arguments and coming to a justified conclusion. So those are the books that we would use in terms of studying. There is a QR code there that links you to the AQA website for more details about the content and specification of the course. And if there are any further questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. My email address is on the screen there for any queries that you may have. Thank you.